Hello, welcome back to Malayan Wargaming. This is War in the Pacific Admirals Edition, a play-by-email campaign, Scenario 1, playing as Japan. We're now doing the setup for the December 29th, 1941 turn. Where we left off, we were trying to hunt down whatever's left of the Enterprise and Lexington. They've been severely damaged. They were left with heavy damage and burning the turn before. So we're trying to track them down. We didn't find them, but we did run into the Hermes, put several torpedoes into her side, and the Hermes is confirmed to have sunk. We've also been having a little bit of difficulty over Malaya. We rested our bombers last turn, or we at least kept our bombers far away from any likely fighter opposition, just because there were several instances of those bombers flying without picking up their assigned escorts, or only picking up a partial number of their assigned escorts. So getting into the setup this turn. Last turn we detected several fighters at Johore Bahru, and when we swept Johore, we didn't get any resistance. So there's a little bit of a risk-reward situation here with about 50 fighters, or not 50 fighters, but 50 aircraft here at Johore, which is a size 4 airfield, which is not that big. It's pretty crowded, and it's certainly more crowded than Singapore is here, with 29 reported aircraft at a size 6 base. So we're far more likely to get planes disabled. So I'm seeing an opportunity here. So Johore is going to get swept, Johore is going to get bombed, and hopefully we take out a bunch of those aircraft on the ground. And Singapore's getting swept, of course, too. They might try to trap us, since they saw us sweep Johore, and we didn't get any resistance. So this move is a little predictable. I try not to be predictable, but I just think the risk-reward calculation is worth it. Also going on in the in the Malayan Peninsula, we finally got the Imperial Guards Division into contact with the enemy. So we're going to take a Allure Star, or at least try to. I don't see why we'd fail. So we'll take that. In this adjacent space, we're also in contact with the enemy. We're going to hold off. No rush. We've got an additional battalion, an additional regiment, and a recon regiment on their way, so no need to go right after them. Over here, I'm splitting up my forces a little bit. The armor is going to go ahead and go east to help us get over the hump in Temelo. The rest are making all due haste for Kuala Lumpur. So over here in the Banda Sea, I've combined the Baby KB with Carrier Division 2. This is basically an ASW protective measure because we've got so many enemy subs lurking around. 3 that we know about, and who knows how many that we don't. Submarines are kind of like cockroaches that way. I don't know how well you can see it with all these other search areas, but I'm putting a concentrated ASW search up ahead of the formation while we actually back off. So we're going to try to get some aircraft hits on these guys. Meanwhile, I'm using several attack and recon squadrons to take a look at all these bases on Timor. We've got port strikes actually assigned to Dili and Loudon. I'm not pursuing these guys just this moment. With one carrier already having been torpedoed for me, I don't want to push too hard. Division 3 is working their way through here. They're going to be in position to attack Darwin next turn, and we may be able to push forward. I'm kind of hoping that we catch some traffic down here. I'm not sure that we will, but maybe. In any case, I really just don't think that if the Enterprise and Lexington are still afloat, that they can get very far. I don't even think it's safe for them to leave Loughton, to be honest. They were both marked with heavy damage while they were there. Yeah, they just can't go anywhere. So we're finishing them off. Move some recon aircraft down to Ternate so we can get a better look. We'll be checking ports, making sure that nobody's hiding in there. Up here, this task force is going to try to chase down this enemy task force. I think that's just a light cargo ship, so it's not as much of a priority. We've got this task force kind of trying to catch up to them, but really more just filling in the gap. I'm not too concerned about that. On land, I'm going to move this guy out of this base instead of approaching Manila, because I want Malbuan in particular, and possibly even Batangas. If they want to retake Batangas, that is just fine by me, because I would rather have these units retreat out of Manila into these spaces than retreat to Clark. We are about to arrive at Manila, and I'm glad I'm doing the setup because I forgot to switch these guys over to move mode, or combat mode I should say. Heck, I didn't even order the recently arrived tank unit to move. But yeah, everybody that's just about to arrive should be in combat mode. Knew I was forgetting something. SNLF's gonna stay. Combat mode, combat mode. Wow, I have a lot here. Alright, so that's everybody. Sorry about that. Alright, so we'll have a significant force in Manila this turn. So possibly an attack next turn. We got to keep a close eye on the situation because we might end up attacking a superior force if a lot of these units from Clark are moving over. They've got the same major roads that I do, so they can get there just as fast as I can. So something we got to be careful about. You know, if it turns out that they've moved all these ground forces to Manila, Manila's a lower defensive hex than Clark, so that might be cause for me to switch targets basically from bombing air bases and ports to bombing ground forces, and possibly getting us over the hump there. The 38th Division is not done unloading yet, so this has become a cap priority. Last term we had P-39s bombing this amphibious task force. We do not want that happening to the 38th Division, so we're going to have plenty of fighters overhead over here. We're going to have small sweeps on both bases. They haven't been defending both very much. And there should be port strikes on Manila, and we're going to continue our airfield bombardment of Clark. You know, I'm fairly sure this is understating the amount of airfield damage, but we still have plenty of fighters reported here, and I'd rather just not give them a chance to repair. I'm expecting most of them are damaged, so they're going to be on the ground. Might as well hit them again. Forecast is looking really good over here with clear skies. Thunderstorms in Malaya, not too encouraging, but it is what it is. Alright, last thing I want to talk about is going to be Rabaul, so heading over here. So we noticed during the analysis of the last turn, we spotted 4 enemy submarines here. That's a really big deal. So to deal with this, I've lagged the course of the 4th Division 1 hex west, and that's just to slow them down just a little bit. So hopefully that means we'll have plenty of opportunities for one of my Kate squadrons here. That's the one that's making this white arc. So that white arc is an ASW patrol with the Kates. So our carriers are going to move down to here, and as that's taking place, this arc, you know, will shift down with them. So the Kates are going to be patrolling that area. Hopefully we can get some solid hits on the submarines, even if we don't hit them. The fact that they're going to be redetected in the morning phase when these planes are flying should mean that in the afternoon phase, when my amphibious task force arrives, they know where the submarines are so they can avoid them. That's kind of the idea. When platform has a detection level that reduces their combat effectiveness, basically. And similarly, when you're not detected, or versus when you are detected. So like if the 4th Division Task Force over here had a detection level, which it doesn't, that would make it easier for the submarines to attack next turn. Fortunately, they don't, so this is actually a really good time for them to go in, because the submarines don't know they're here. And they can't be, you know, vectored in, we'll say, by aircraft to get to an ideal intercept point. So yeah, and then we're also going to attack ground forces instead of the airbase this time. And that's, so hopefully when we start landing troops, the enemy troops are already going to be substantially disrupted, and we will not take as many hits to our warships or our amphibious transports as they're landing. So this should be the beginning of the end of the Rabaul drama. Yeah, it's been a pain. I'm glad it's going to be over. The Port Moresby task force has fully loaded up, and they've received departure orders. So I don't know if this is going to end up being their final route, but with Rabaul taken care of, it'll just be a short step for Carrier Division 1 to bump forward and provide whatever cover is necessary for the Port Moresby group. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to go ahead and close this out then. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the combat replay. Combat replay now in progress for December 29th. Got a reaction reported from my task force that's off Cagayan. So that's indicative that there's an enemy task force nearby. So this is an ASW task force, not a very good one, and that's a bit of overkill. Yeah, 2 torpedoes, sinks the YP. Shit. Alright, there's a minefield at Ambon. Alright, ASW Task Force was attacked by my sub here, but we missed. Fortunately, we got away with it. Alright, that destroyer that ran out of fuel has been refueled. Well, we wanted to know where the Prince of Wales was. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. Yes. Alright, so I think this battle might come down to torpedoes. Unfortunately, it's night and at 1,000 yards. So, if we can hit the Prince of Wales with a torpedo before it guns everybody down, then we're good. The problem is our naval guns, for pretty much everybody here, they're not getting through the Prince of Wales armor. So it's pretty much torpedoes or nothing. These look like smaller guns that the Prince of Wales is scoring hits with. I think I saw 5-inch. It's much better than 14 or 16 or whatever he carries. Yeah, it's a 2-pounder. I think it's an anti-aircraft gun. Two-pounder. Yes, the Prince of Wales is throwing a whole... There it is! There, 2 long lance hits on the Prince of Wales. Oh, yeah. I don't even remember what I was starting to say before, and I don't care. Yeah, 2 long lances is going to be absolutely devastating against the Prince of Wales. That heavy flotation damage is going to slow him down, make him an easy target. Yeah. Well, we took a torpedo hit too, but it's just a destroyer. We'll get over it. Yep, looks like they've had enough. So we didn't even get a heavy damage report from the Prince of Wales, which is disappointing, considering how massive those torpedoes are. But you know what? It's fine. He's not going to be doing much fighting. Alright, that didn't accomplish anything. Somebody's sinking, but I don't know who. Alright, getting rid of an AKL. I think this is probably the cargo ship that was bombed by a Naval or a Val last turn. Skip this. Not exactly a contested fight. Destroyer off on its own as far as we know. I think the cruiser that detached from Carrier Division 3 has caught back up with it. And I think we just got a detection on the submarines outside Naval, so it looks like my little operation there is working out as planned so far. And here come the airstrikes. Got a report of Nels in the Philippines getting lost. Alright, so this is Johore Bahru. They are defending it this turn. Ugh. They got the first kill. Yeah, my sweep here is relatively light. So hopefully we don't have that thing happen where we don't get all our assigned escorts, because we're not going to clear this out completely with this sweep. Maybe if I'm lucky, the sweeps on Singapore will attract some of these fighters. Yeah, we're getting the worst of this so far. Nice. Alright, 2 Oscars down, 1 Buffalo, 1 P-40. Ooh. So these guys get right through with no one protecting them. Alright, so we sink one of these 4 destroyers. I kind of have to wonder, are these the same destroyers from the first operation? I'm going to have to check that. Or first operation, I mean the combat at Kuantan. Were these formerly the Prince of Wales' escorts this turn, is what I'm asking. Come on, get him. He can't move. Kill him. Damn. Alright, sweep at Singapore finds nothing. Not a good sign. Oof. Alright, they got through. That's good news. Hey, got a heavy cruiser. Nothing. Damn. And we lose a Naval for our trouble. That's a shame. These guys do have 0 escorts assigned. 0 meaning the fighter, not the number. Disappointing. Alright, so these Kates bomb Dilly and find nothing there. Nope, forecast I believe was for severe storms and we just got overcast skies, so I can live with that. Looks like the base is taking a fair amount of damage. Aircraft on the ground are being damaged. Good deal. Not bad at all. 50 hits on the airbase. That airbase is probably mostly disabled at this point. I'm seeing they might have changed their mind about Manila. We're seeing the direction indicator on Manila forces heading towards Clark, so they might be abandoning Manila. Ooh, look at all this resistance at Johore. But the escorts flew. So this should not be the slaughter that we've been getting in previous turns. We might cause a lot of attrition. Yeah, go ahead. Fall out of formation. Land at your base. Land at your base just in time for the bombers to hit it, please. Yep. Keep aboard and go back to your base. Wish I caught what the weather was here. Alright, got another H-81 aborting. And another. Ah, we lose an Oscar. Ah, shit, they got through. And we're starting to lose planes. Some of them turned back, it said. I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. With numbers like this, maybe we're better off just pushing through. Just about done. There we go. Light rain. Let's get them. Alright, damaged a few fighters. It's something. Lost 2 aircraft to flak. At least it's our fighters engaging theirs again. Hopefully they're aborting and landing at a badly shot up airbase. Oh, that's it? Just 12 hits for all that? Well, I guess that's what I get for letting the fighters into the bomber formation. At least we're working over Clark, right? Heavy cloud cover, at least 3 enemy aircraft destroyed on the ground. Skipjack goes down while we're there, so that was probably the last sub present. We've got another 27 base hits. Oof, this might be bad for them. Or me. Nice. Keep getting them. Keep getting them. Yeah. Don't let any of them get home. Alright, well, we let a few of them get home. 7 shot down by my count. And they're not done. Come on, you can get him. Avenge your friend. Come on, don't let these guys get to the ships. No, they didn't get to the ships. We only shot down 2. Once again, they're landing at a badly bombed out airbase, so we might get some operational losses. Who have we here? Nobody too valuable. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be troops aboard. I'm going to say all of these were sunk. Well, maybe not. Just heavy fires, not heavy damage on this one. But no casualties reported, so I don't think this is a big deal. Ooh, we got ships at Darwin. Getting hit at long range. Nice. Alright, fuel cargo burning. Doesn't matter if they're small bombs, if you set the fuel cargo on fire, does it? Nice knowing you, Australia. Alright. So, destroyer sunk for sure. Safe bet this AO's gone. Australia, the AMC gone for sure. 2 more tankers with heavy fires. Looking good. Got some canceled missions. Yes, we're after the Cornwall again. Get him. Damn it! Well, at least the Zeros flew that time, so we get a Buffalo out of it. It's a British Buffalo, too, not a Dutch Buffalo, which I would have expected this far from Singapore. Damn. Cornwall's been getting lucky. Ooh, P-38's trying to ambush my Navals. Wonder where they're flying out of. That's concerning. Ah, shit. The Nels have been cap-trapped at Singapore. Now, this is weird. We haven't seen aircraft over Singapore all day, but they're over this time. I'm guessing these guys were assigned to cover ships, probably cover the Prince of Wales task force. So when that task force wasn't yet here, the fighter cover wasn't there, but now that the ships are more or less back, we're running into them. And it's costing us. Yeah, so we lost 7 out of 8 of those planes and didn't get anything out of it. Not terribly interested in these guys. Well, at least we hit one we didn't already hit. Alright, so 1 confirmed sunk, 3 more with heavy damage, they're all going down. Alright, we made it ashore and we didn't even get attacked by submarines. How about that? We're taking some hits. Unfortunately, we did not get the airstrike that we ordered on Rabal's ground forces. Heavy damage on one of our cruisers. Other than that, everybody looks okay. Took some hits, but we'll get through. Should get most of our unloading done overnight when the enemy guns won't be as effective. at all. Alright, so this is intended as a probing attack. We can see that they're weak right outside Wenchao. So that can be an attack next turn. Alor Star, we're going to crush these guys. Alright, fortifications down to 0. So that was only 1-1 in the end after it was adjusted. We got started with 5-1 odds. We're suffering fatigue from advancing 2 hexes down basically a rail line. Well, so much for crushing them. We caused casualties. We did not crush them. We'll crush these guys. Got a surrender out of it. Bad. Looking forward to those bombardments at Rabaul being over once and for all. And Kuching just hit airfield size 4. Hopefully that's going to be a game changer in terms of organization and frequency of torpedo arming. Alright, let's look over the turn. We had a slight point gain this time around, not too much. We didn't have too much going on the ground. I don't think we captured any bases, at least not any major ones. So not a whole lot of enemy army casualties this turn. We're pretty even in the air. And the ships that we sank this turn weren't all that valuable. So a decent day in terms of air-to-air losses that we inflicted on the enemy. You can see that we got quite a few enemy fighters today. Enemy operational losses were also significant, so we may be seeing a benefit there to having their airfield shot up a bit. They also suffered 4 ground losses. All of these appear to be Philippines theater aircrafts. These were destroyed at Clark. For us, we're going to see bomber losses, basically. Yeah. 8 Nells, 4 Sallies, along with 3 Lilies. Yeah, so quite a few bomber losses for us as we kind of got cap-trapped. Didn't get what we wanted with our Johore Bahru strike, is where a lot of that is coming from. Ship sunk. We lost a destroyer, and that's it. So this destroyer ate a torpedo, but in exchange we put 2 Long Lance heavyweight torpedoes into the Prince of Wales. It's not reported with heavy damage, but it was already coming into that fight damage to begin with, and with the level of flotation damage that it must have now, I think we've seen the last of it for a while. Also finished off 2 enemy destroyers with torpedo strikes, one at Singapore and one at Darwin. The Skipjack succumbed to bomb damage originally sustained in Manila when it was hanging out at Clark, and then we've been picking on various Dutch and Australian ships around Timor and Darwin. Not that big of a deal that we got these guys. Alright, looking around the map, we still have at least 6 enemy submarines hanging out just outside Tokyo. You know, that's going to be what it is until we get better ASW trained pilots, and it'll help at the end of the month, or really a few weeks after the end of the month, when we start upgrading more of our ASW ships to carry better depth charges. It's still getting away with this over here. We were able to probe this enemy unit so that we know that it's weak enough that we can attack and prevail. This... Oh no, it was this X all along. Still 5 enemy units there, 9 there. So they're looking pretty strong outside Shenyang. Nanyang looks weak. So that was interesting. There was a unit that was detected adjacent to us here, and it's not there anymore. So maybe it went back to one of the main bases. Not sure. And we still have to clear this rail line. Got a while to go before we cross the river, though. Rangoon's troop numbers look about the same. Not much going on there. Oh, we didn't even get this guy to retreat. Oh, that's good. We don't mind attacking again. One of the more disappointing results was here at Alor Star. We failed to dislodge this enemy unit. We might just keep attacking and see if we can break them. Fatigue is okay. Disruption's small. Yeah, might just be worth hitting them again. Maybe getting the bombers involved. We're going to need one more day to get the armor into Temalo. 2 ships, including a destroyer. That's probably the Prince of Wales with an escort retreating. Oh, maybe he has to pass through this hex right here, and probably then this one to get to Singapore. And I've got 3 submarines sitting over here. So, I think what we're going to be looking for next turn is for the Prince of Wales to get finished off by a Japanese submarine. Still got a bunch of contacts over in Palembang, although it looks like they've emptied this out quite a bit, which may correspond to this uptick in activity over at Billington. Has this sub been detected? No. So they may get an unwelcome visitor overnight here, especially if they don't have that many ASW ships. So we took a bit of losses here with the Nell Squadron, so the strong Nell Squadron here is just down to 9 operational aircraft at the moment. So that's not too great. We took losses here. Doing okay. The Sally Squadron that's still flying the better aircraft still has 21 aircraft operational. And the Lilies, 15 aircraft operational, not great. Basically not showing any airfield damage from that strike. Yeah, this didn't get a great result there. Wonder if it'll be worth shelling them. Looks like we are contact-free in the Philippines other than the submarines. The last ship at Clark is gone with the sinking of the sub. Still 2 subs in Manila, and it's a shame we got that message about the Nells and or Bettys turning around, because we could get these guys. But we've arrived, so we can go ahead and attack now and maybe get these guys that are retreating. Yeah, I don't see a flag from Clark anymore, so it doesn't look like they're advancing here. Yeah, not bad at all. 4th Tank Regiment will be present, but probably not able to participate in the attack. Assuming I do attack next turn. Fatigue's still high at Catawba. Oh, what have we here? 3 ships detected in Loughton by our recon sweep. Now, if memory serves, the attack that actually took place hit Dilley, not Loudon. For whatever reason, the Loudon strike didn't happen, quite possibly because they were too busy attacking these guys. We still have enemy submarines traveling with us, which I do not like. They don't hold contact on the Ryujo, so at least they're getting away. And we have a minefield at Ambon that we have to deal with now. I should have plenty of minesweepers in the area to do just that. Did I hit a mine when we found that? I think it was these guys that found the minefield. I think there were just 2 to begin with. Let's check the combat reports really quick. Sub-attack, minefield, 4 mines cleared. Task Force 274 hits a minefield. Yeah, that's an allied ship. 4991, where's that? I'm gonna guess that's right outside Palembang. 4991, yeah, that's this hex. Alright, so we found their minefield the good way, and they found ours the hard way. I think that was all the mine activity. Let's take a quick look for damaged ships. Who's in bed? Oh, and we got heavy damage with our light cruiser in Naval. They weren't kidding. Yeah, no, there's no chance. No chance at all. And I can't even disembark this ALF. Yeah, I don't think I can send the pilot to the reserves. Yeah, the ship is done. It's still on fire with 99 flooding damage. There's no saving it. That was a vicious 6-inch gun hit. Well, so another casualty of Raval. But we've landed just about everybody. We now have 401 AV in the hex. Disruption's still kind of high for some units. Yeah, so I think I'm going to wait one more turn before I attack. We'll let that disruption come down. And then we're going for it. Had strikes at Darwin. We are seeing that ships are present in port, but we don't know how many. Alright, I think we're getting close to the end of the analysis here. I like checking in on these submarines to see if they've been overflown by anyone. Still have the Saratoga out there somewhere. Yorktown, if it hasn't arrived yet, it will soon. This is the submarine I was hoping was going to catch that enemy formation we detected out here last turn. Looked like it was heading to Pearl. With our submarine detected, the chance of an intercept is pretty low. Alright, so I'm going to close it off there. We'll get the setup done, and we'll see you for the next turn. Thanks for watching.